You're just moments away from a brand new episode of WTF Nations Radio's Pop Culture Warrior, hosted by the dynamic duo CQ and Radar. Pop Culture Warrior is your number one source for all things entertainment. If it's happening in TV, movies, video games, or comedy, they're all over it. And don't forget to say hi in the comments below. And while you're at it, let the boys know what you think and what you'd like to hear them talk about. Now strap in and get comfortable, because you're in for one hell of a ride. This is Pop Culture Warrior. Shots.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls. Tonight is October the 27th of 2020, and this is a special Halloween episode of Pop Culture Warrior, the show where I stay up to date on all the hauntings and horrors of what's happening in pop culture so you don't have to. I am CQ. I am your pop culture crypt keeper. And with me, as always, is our own Frankenstein's monster. He's our dead man in the bubble. He's our we go to the voice of the unpop cultured, the very athletic Mr. Radar. Welcome to the show, sir.
What's up? Hell yeah, it's fucking Halloween, bitches.
You're looking mighty dapper tonight, as it were.
I don't have a cane, sir.
Well, I mean, we can't all be this dignified now, can we?
That's true. In all fairness, I needed one today. I could barely walk this morning when I got up.
Oh goodness! Well, did you bike in today? Is that
I did. I did.
You look great, dude. You're great. I heard you have a better prop than my cane. I heard you have a really good prop.
My actual bike?
No, I was gonna the drink, but you know.
Oh yeah, I got beers to match my shirt.
We've been sponsored, so I've heard.
I'm trying to get. I'm like, if I'll drink your beer on radio once a week if you give me free beers.
Oh my goodness, guys! Welcome.
Product placement.
Oh, this is a special episode, man. We wanted to have some fun with this. We wanted to do something silly. Obviously to change the intro. I love the new intro. Thank you guys. Little color change in the backdrop. Came in costume. As we are one to do here on the show. Have some fun. I'm excited. We got some fun stuff to talk about. We have a costume contest with you, the viewers, brought in your lovely costumes. I've got some costume pictures of the staff here at WTF Nation Radio. I've got some fan pictures, and one lucky viewer will win a fabulous prize that I'll tell you about later in the show. But it's very exciting. So for the first half of this, we'll do the same as we usually do. We'll talk some pop culture stuff. Second hour, we're gonna have some fun, do the contest, and also we are going to play live a very fun game, the Trivia Murder Party, a little horror themed. Is that the trivia is just trivia, but the theme of the game is horror. So should be a lot of fun. You guys can play at home. You're just using a tablet, your phone, your computer, what have you. I'll give you a website and a code to put in, and you'll be able to play from home. If you want to watch the show and answer the questions, you're probably going to need two screens. Unless you have one of those fancy phones that can do like split screen. I think Samsung phones can do it. Yeah, they're cool like that. But yeah, you'll need the show will be where you can see what's happening in the game live, and then the phone or device, tablet, whatever, you can answer the questions live and play along with us, and we'll see who's victorious. And then, if we do have a little bit more time, we're gonna break out one of the biggest games that's happening online right now is Among Us. It is the little spaceship dudes, and there's an imposter, and he's killing people on board. And again, you can download it on your phone for free. And once I give you out the code, you'll be able to join our game session, and we'll have some fun. And we'll figure out who is the traitor among us.
Yeah, my kids play it all the fucking time, dude.
I'm gonna put my cane to the side now.
My kids play that game all the time. They love it.
It's the hottest game right now. I mean, it's.
Is it really? Like,
yeah,
literally the hottest game?
It literally is the biggest thing streamed and played right now. It's funny because when when things like Apex Legends and all these AAA games came out, they were like, what game is gonna dethrone the biggest streamed game, right? Fortnite and the like. What game is going to dethrone it? And they thought it'd be all these AAA games. Turns out it's a game that was made like 3 years ago by like 6 dudes that only just now is really hitting popularity and has kind of dethroned on Twitch and the like shows like or games like Fortnite. Yeah, it's fun to watch and it's fun to play as a group. It's got everything. It's got murder, deception, menial tasks, and yeah. So we'll see about breaking that game out and having some fun with it later.
I think it will be fun. I don't know. Like, I've never played. My kids play it all the time. Like, they're like, "Can we play? Can we play?" I'm like, "I don't give a shit, whatever." I don't.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of curious.
And guys, if you're out there in the chats, man, say what's up. Say hi, man. Let us know what's your Halloween traditions. What movies do you love? What gets your heart pounding? As we do that, we're going to get into our first category tonight. Movies. If I can find the button. There it is. That's what she said. So I thought, for what it be, let's talk about the highest grossing horror movies of all time. What say you, sir? You good with that?
I just keep thinking of another word that sounds very close to horror.
Horror,
yeah.
Gross.
Like they live in houses.
Horror gross.
Gross.
Gross
the grossest
horror
house of all time.
All right, so I pulled this up from the lovelies of the internet. There's some funny things on here. So like right now the highest grossing is It. The remake of It from 2017, like $700 million. But then there's some movies. I wanted to ask this: what like do you consider a horror movie? Because something like The Sixth Sense is considered a horror movie. War of the Worlds, the Alien movie, right? The Alien End of Days movie was number 3. I Am Legend, again, kind of zombie-ish. All right, I'll give you that. World War Z, obviously. The Meg was a shark. Do you count that as a horror movie? Like, if it's a shark, like Jaws, is that horror? I guess it's scary.
It's scary, yeah. But okay, we'll go with. I'm looking at Jaws right now. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Worldwide gross, 470 million and some change, right? In 1975, right? So is that, if you were to make that $2020,
right? You're saying adjust for inflation.
And I wonder. It doesn't say if these are adjusted for inflation or not. I guess.
That's a good question. I don't think they are. I think they're actual totals. So.
But like The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, not scary. Sorry about it.
They're not horror movies. Well, again,
they're not even like remotely scary.
I know they're not, but again, so like what constitutes horror?
Really a horror movie?
Well, I look at like Godzilla. I don't think it's a monster movie, I guess.
Absolutely.
Does that fall into horror? Because again, what defines horror? Because back in the day, you would say Dracula, The Mummy, not this mummy, but like The Mummy, Frankenstein's monster, that's horror. Those are villains, those are monsters, that's horror. So by the loosest of definitions, I think The Mummy does fall into horror, although I find it to be like action comedy.
Yep.
More than anything.
Same with number 30, Scary Movie. Scary Movie, famously,
it's a parody of horror movies. It's a parody.
Yep.
You know,
and to put that above a movie like Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs is, by any definition, a horror movie. It's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Go down.
Auspice of it.
Go down to 40. I'm sorry, 39. Unbreakable.
Yep.
If anything, I'd put that into the superhero genre.
Absolutely.
Versus horror. You know, when you're looking at Blair Witch Project, The Ring, Us, Halloween, Annabelle, those are horror movies. Those are scary movies. Even the Silence of the Lambs, I wouldn't really put it as a horror movie. It was more like drama, mystery, suspense, you know.
Here's a good one.
Yeah.
Resident Evil, the final chapter.
At that point, it was like Fast and the Furious of horror movies.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like maybe the first two, you could say, okay, they had I remember watching the first Resident Evil and I was thinking, okay, like it's way off the game, but like you get the vibe, you get the scary monsters in the holes, you know, zombies are hidden kind of scariness. But yeah, by the time they got to the last chapter, it was straight up like explosion porn and
yep.
You know, all CG and whatnot. Yeah, Wallbreaker, what's up, man? Saying I'm gonna be a witch this year and talking about The Hills Have Eyes. Yeah, that's horror. Keith Barlow coming in with Little Shop of Horrors. Is that horror though? Little Shop of Horrors.
It's more horror than Scary Movie.
True. Touche.
I would even say it's more horror than Godzilla.
I mean, yeah, I don't find Godzilla scary. It's a monster movie in the sense of like it's like saying King Kong is a horror movie, yeah. Right? Because it's just this.
I think they're a whole different genre. It's almost more of a sci-fi movie, honestly.
Yeah.
Than
what was Cloverfield?
We need Pookie's.
Pookie, you out there, Pooks?
He would know.
Pookie knows.
Is Godzilla a horror movie?
Yeah, I mean, think of like Cloverfield. That I feel like had elements of horror, right? Because there was the mystery of the unknown, and then like the big monster, not that scary because you kind of see it and hear it. But I remember like the little monsters that it spawned in the subway and shit like that. That was pretty terrifying. But yeah, you know, that to me is horror. You know, things like A Quiet Place, while super suspenseful, I don't really put that into the horror category. In my personal appearance, but I guess obviously they're using the very loosest terms of horror for these movies. But
well, yeah. and you got this. I'm assuming from where'd you get this from?
This
chart
was not Wikipedia. Well, it might
like
have been. Yeah, it might have been Wikipedia.
Kind of, is it Wikipedia?
I was like IMDb and Wikipedia.
I mean, these are the same people that are going to say like Die Hard's a Christmas movie. You know what I mean? We can have that argument Christmas time.
That's for our Christmas spectacular. That one's for the Christmas episode. We'll have that argument. Yeah, look at that. WTFN Godzilla. Where are you at?
I don't know, man. But it does bring up it does stimulate some conversation.
Van Helsing, for God's sakes. The remake in 2007, I think it was 2004 remake of Van Helsing with Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. Again, maybe monster movie, loosest of terms. Definitely not horror. But you know, I don't make these. I don't make the rules. I just put them out there. So that's movies. That's movies. What else we got? Which guys? Yeah, if there's some movies we've left out. Obviously, this is the highest grossing movie. But what are your loved? What's your go-to, Radar? And the guys in the chat, what's your go-to horror movies? What's yours, Radar?
I don't know. I do like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like the newer kind of ones. What was the one that had R. Lee Ermey in it and stuff? Like that was pretty good. You know what I mean? Like kind of those. I don't really care for the Saw series anymore. When it first came out, I was kind of like, yeah, this is all right, and then it's kind of they beat a dead horse with that one.
They Fast and Furious it. He got
they,
looser and looser with the rules.
I mean, and then you've got you've always got like snakes on a plane.
Yeah.
Sharknado. All those good ones.
We got, hey, what's up, Nick? Nick in the chats. He says, I'm guessing he's referring to Van Helsing. He said there were hot vampire girls, so the plot didn't matter. Agreed. And Mike in the chat says any movie with J-Lo is a scary movie, in my opinion. So there you go. The Made in Manhattan. What was the Ben Affleck one? Jiggly. Oh, Gigi, whatever. So there you go. There's some your horror movies right there.
House of a Thousand Corpses, the Rob Zombie movies. What do you think of those?
I mean, yeah, those were intense, man. Those were definitely intense. Those were definitely intense. Who else we got? Hey, what's up, Tim, Leon? What's going on, guys? Everybody's true. Yeah, Leon says he liked Cloverfield. What else we got? Hey, Steven, what's up, buddy? Hey, Jenny. Look at that. We got everybody joining in, man. Nice to see y'all coming out for tonight. Yeah, there's a lot of good horror movies out there. So, definitely.
Well, and obviously, Scary Movie and Scary Movie 2, I think.
Scarier movie.
Whatever. Those were such bullshit.
We got
they were so funny though. I still watch those and laugh though. I really do. I still watch those and laugh.
Oh man, he says Sleepaway Camp.
Actually, you know what? The Ring, when it first came out, that was pretty suspenseful.
What was it like? There was a lot of those Japanese remakes. So there was like The Grudge, The Ring. There's a few other ones I can't think of at the moment, but
I'm gonna throw this out there, and one I saw at the time, and I really was looking forward to, and I actually rather enjoyed it. Blair Witch Project, because they were classic. When it first came out, especially like, oh, it's so real. What's this real footage we found in the woods? And
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
they so played it up, yeah.
They did.
What was the other one? The Paranormal Activity, right? The one with the film in the house and like the house is haunted or whatever. Right, it was Paranormal Activity. That was the name of it. Like it was more of the same thing, found footage, but in a house instead of in an apartment or whatever, instead of the woods. But yeah, that spawned a whole 5-movie series and whatnot. So yeah.
You know which one I still kind of and I know they're not that whatever. They're Stephen King, but like Christine. Some of those kind of movies.
Yeah. What about?
They were scary to like 9-year-old me who really wasn't allowed to watch them anyway. You know what I mean?
No. What about Carrie? Remember Carrie?
Yeah.
That was terrifying when you're when you're little and you don't know any better.
Well, and this gets back to the evolution of like CGI and stunts and all that. Like when you look at it now, it's very cartoon-like.
Yeah.
In the way of all the fake blood and everything like that. You're like, that's maple syrup. They dyed red or whatever the fuck they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, like, at the time, you said like 30 years ago, that was pretty scary stuff,
Sure.
Especially to a little kid,
Yeah.
I remember sneaking out, watching it with like my cousins or some shit,
Cujo, even Cujo back in the day, would be terrifying. And then now you're like, well, it's a fucking dog. Shoot the dog.
But you know what though? Honestly, no bullshit. I saw Cujo the first time like 2 weeks after getting bit by the neighbor's dog.
Terrifying.
It was like legit scary to me. I was like, look, this is bullshit. Fucking dogs fight all the time.
It happens. Which, hey, by the way, we got to give a shout out to Mom in the chats. Says, first, what is radar? First, and then Leon for coming in with the quick whip. He wrote the definition of radar: a system for detecting presence, direction, distance, and speed of aircraft, ships, and other objects by sending out pulses of high-frequency electronic waves that are reflected off the object back to the source. So, yes. Johnny on the spot, radar definition. But radar is what are you? A motorist, a bikeist?
I was a biker.
Biker.
I had my helmet and glasses on. It made it very hard to do my job. So I took off my helmet and the glasses.
So yes.
My helmet I used in the corner.
Very Johnny on the spot, Leon. You get the gold sticker for funny comment tonight. Quick witted comment. Some game news. Couple game news. First off, if you're a fan of horror and all things spooky, and are a gamer, both Xbox, PC, PS5, or PlayStation, whatever, all the companies are doing deep discounts on a lot of their horror games. And in fact, I think Soma, which is one of like the best horror games out right now, is like $3 in I think Xbox and maybe PlayStation. So check out if you're if you're into the horror games and scary stuff. Check out the stores for them. And Chad in the chats, I am not dressed like the Joker, sir. I'm dressed like the Riddler, another famous Batman villain who will soon make his movie debut, other than, Jim Carrey's version, which was special in its own right. No. But yeah, Riddler. Something that you sent me. You sent me an article earlier. I mean, you play World of Tanks, correct?
I do play World of Tanks.
And you sent me an article that said the closest we're gonna get to a new Silent Hill game right now is playing World of Tanks.
And honestly, this came up on my Google when I opened it up. Mm-hmm. I haven't even played Tanks in like probably 6 months. So I actually might get on there. I thought, okay, so I fucked up my back yesterday. So I stayed home from work today. Mm. And I was like, oh, I should play Tanks. Because I got this article this morning and I sent it to you this morning. I was like, I should play Tanks. And then I didn't. I just laid on the couch. And
Understandable. But basically, so the idea is that they're doing a Halloween-themed event, like most companies are doing right now. And
like World of Tanks does every year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not attacking World of Tanks.
If for people who don't play World of Tanks, every holiday they do a thing. 4th of July they do a thing.
Christmas they do a lot of the online free-to-play mobile games. A lot of them will do special holiday-themed add-ons and patches and things. Call of Duty's doing it right now. But yeah, for them, they've collaborated with two of the original creators of the Silent Hill series, artist and monster designer Masahiro Ito and musician Akira Yamaoka, and basically, worked with them to release this like Halloween edition of World of Tanks. The event includes new 3D skins that players can purchase, which have been designed by them. The tank skins are rusted, smothered, and barbed wire, very similar to like Silent Hill, and they're doing some music to it. It runs from October 26th, which was yesterday, through November 9th. There's a lot of PvE cooperation mode stuff. You can battle armored monster tanks and all types of fun stuff. So if you're into the tank games, it's free to play. It's a lot of fun. I was just playing the battleships, World of Warships.
And I rather enjoy World of Warships as well. Yeah. I haven't played. Actually, you know what? In all fairness, I haven't played the wargaming version. I played on the on War Thunder was the one I played ships on. I rather enjoyed it.
Yeah,
they have an aircraft one too.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like, it's fun. It's dumb. It's free. I mean,
it's a good way to spend some time. I don't want to say waste some time. Just enjoy yourself. If you're into the historical stuff, I mean, they're very accurate for the most part. I have played the tank one in the past, and I was literally just shooting something. Can't talk about yet, but I was shooting something where I was playing World of Warships and kicking some ass, man. Kicking some ass at World of Warships. It was actually fun, man. It got me into like, man, I gotta get back up on this. I gotta play some more, unlock some new stuff, and play some more. But that'll be pretty cool.
It is really good about that. About I gotta unlock this new tank. I gotta get this new tank.
Yeah.
I got to the point where I got like, I'm a nerd when it comes to that stuff, and I got most of the tier 10s I wanted. So I'm like, I just go in there and I'll probably play again closer to the holidays because they always have like a big to do, like they got like free tanks and free golds and stuff. Yeah,
if you log in,
and so then I'll go in there and I'll play like tier 3 and tier 4 tanks, so I can just club all the new kids and just like beat your ass, and then I leave again.
Nice. Yeah, Wallbreaker says, I like the 90s version of tanks. Poor kids nowadays won't know the struggle of a payphone or internet dial-up. It's too true. Too true. They don't know. So speaking of video games and horror video games, to be more accurate, I learned something interesting. Very much like I looked up the horror movies, I decided to look up what are the best-selling horror games of all time. Would you believe that? I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious. I guess it's kind of obvious that, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the top 10 best-selling horror games are Resident Evil games?
No.
Yes.
I know. I'm not. I agree with you.
I'm telling you. Yes.
Do you believe that? No, I don't believe it, but it is a thing.
It is true.
But you look at what other
horror franchises are there?
Yeah, that are that prominent. Honestly,
I thought the same thing. At first, I had to really think, and then again, it becomes, what's the definition of horror? Because if you think of like Halo, fighting monsters and aliens, and there's some sections of it that are very like swarms of locusts and all that, or Gears of War, which is very fighting the locusts coming out of the ground. I mean, again, it depends on your definition of what the horror game is, but
I would say like Doom. I'm kind of surprised Doom's not
on
there somewhere.
Doom, sure.
I mean, maybe they didn't make a lot of money off it, I guess, but you think Doom would be a horror game.
Absolutely.
But I mean, if you go by the same auspice as the movies did, then you'd think you put in things like Fallout. You know what I mean? And the Fallout series.
Monsters.
Why would that not necessarily be
zombies and ghouls?
Yep.
I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's the rules of what's horror and what's not. But it goes, number 1 was actually Resident Evil 5. Number 2, Resident Evil 4. Number 3 is where we get the break. Dying Light, which is an incredible game, and there is a Dying Light 2. Then number 4, we're going way back, Resident Evil 2. Number 5 is Resident Evil 7. Number 6, Resident Evil 6. Number 7, funny enough, is Resident Evil 2 again, because it's the remake. Number 8, again's a break, Dead Space 2, which I'm surprised Dead Space 1 actually wasn't on the list. One of the scariest games I ever played. But Dead Space 2. Number 9, The Evil Within. And number 10 is the original Resident Evil. So lots of Resident Evil, and Resident Evil 2 made the list twice. But yeah, it's good.
Maybe if they went by, they must go by money made, maybe, or something. Because I mean, I guess I still find it hard to believe that Doom's not on that list. I would think that Doom would be on that list if they went by numbers sold.
Right.
Anyway, and God, there's a lot of good games, and no offense to Resident Evil series.
No.
I think there should be some other stuff on that list. Like
absolutely.
Left 4 Dead isn't on there.
Yeah, that's Josiah came out of the. I mean, perfect. Left 4 Dead. That is a phenomenal. Now, I would say, it's multiplayer. It's not story based. So, does that knock it as a horror game? No, because it's still zombie apocalypse. World War Z made a game. I don't think it was as successful. I thought it was pretty good, but it wasn't that successful.
Walking Dead had a couple of games, but they weren't very successful.
They were terrible. There was one that they did in VR that was actually pretty damn good, but the rest of them were not that great.
What was the one where you're in the mall and you can like craft your own weapons and shit?
Oh my God, yes, of course. It's a classic. It's the Capcom. It's
Oh, they had a couple of them.
Yeah, my God, why am I drawing a blank? It's the one you make your own weapons.
Yeah, that one was a ton of fun, and that one was a pretty popular game. I can't believe that's not on there in the top 10 somewhere.
Why am I completely drawing a blank? I love that game. I've played every single. They've had 4 or 5 of them. I've played every single one. Originally a Christmas game.
Yeah, it was. But that was a fun. What was the fuck name of that game?
Yeah, it had Frank West and hey, what's up, Ruben? Frank West was the protagonist. It was My God, why am I drawing a blank on this game? Oh my goodness. Frank
Zombie.
West of it was made by Capcom. The zombie game. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
You know
Yeah,
what?
you know what
I'm
though?
cheating. I'm
Plants
gonna cheat.
vs Zombies should be on there too. We laugh. That's a fucking pretty popular game. It
Dead
was for
Rising.
long.
Dead Rising. That's the one. Sorry.
Right. Yep.
It was gonna drive me nuts if I didn't look it up.
Dead Rising 2, and then there was there was a third one? Was there a fourth one? I
Oh
remember a
yeah,
fourth
there's a
one.
fourth and a fifth. They did a
Really?
fourth and a fifth. Yeah.
I think like one of those Dead Rising games wasn't on there. What else too? There was Left
Lots
4
of
Dead.
great. Left 4 Dead. I think, if you Call of Duty, when you look at like the zombie modes that they've had, that I think that qualifies as kind of horror, right? You're fighting off waves and waves of zombies. I think that should qualify. And I know Call of Duty have made bajillions of dollars. Yeah. So there's a bunch. There's a bunch that are on there. The Left 4 Dead. No, Left 4 Dead was a good one. Was a good game.
Yep.
A lot of these, and I think it's hard to say that one is more. I don't know. I don't know what the criteria is for best selling, but yeah, it is what it is. I do want to pivot. We were just talking about Call of Duty. So to show you guys kind of what, for those that haven't been playing Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, they're doing their Halloween special. And I don't want to ruin it too much. I just want to show you guys a trailer and get you guys kind of hyped on this, on what Call of Duty is doing. So check this out.
It was supposed to be a standard op. It was anything but.
In the skies is no one knows.
I still say nothing on earth can scare me.
Heights of fear, eyes of snow. This in my despair.
But this was straight from hell. Go check that out. Go, go, go! Come on, let's go! Kill that fucking thing! Roddy, come on! Roddy, no!
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
Let's go, let's go! The bastards took my brothers. That's why I'm going back.
Won't you come? Won't you come?
Yeah, so that was The Haunting of Verdansk. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. What do you think, Radar?
I like it, but I also remember in Call of Duty Ghosts where you beat Michael Myers in that one map. It was like I'm pretty sure it was a kill streak. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
It was like the swamp one. So they're kind of playing off that. And monsters are, monsters and zombies are always have been kind of a staple of Call of Duty as of late as well. I like it. I think it's cool. I like when they do that kind of stuff. I kind of wish they do it all the time, but I kind of glad they don't because it becomes stale a little bit.
Yeah. You
know what
want
I
it to
mean?
be special.
And some of it, I mean, like, I know, I guess I haven't really played Warzone. I don't think I deleted. I downloaded it, but I did play. I said in Ghost when you were Michael Myers. The kill streak wasn't any better. You know what I mean? You were basically a juggernaut. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't any different as far as I
And
recall. I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
could be wrong.
And with this one, I mean, I feel like the trailer was a bit misleading. Because I've played it some now. It's been out for about a week, and it's got about a week left of the event, the special event. There is a really cool zombie mode that's a lot of fun to play. Everything else is basically the same, with just a bit of horror in it. In that, like, you're playing all the maps at night. There is no Saw character. There is no Leatherface character. Those are just skins you can buy. So when you have like 6 or 7 guys all running around with the same, costume on, it does kind of lose the appeal. I was kind of hoping there was like almost like one boss that you could all like, that you could just come in and just screw things up. But it's all players just running around with the skins. The zombie mode's different. They added like jump scares. Like sometimes you'll open the loot boxes and like ghosts and stuff will pop out, give you a little jump scare. So there's that. And but for the most part, it's the same stuff. They added like a juggernaut when you were talking about the jack-o'-lantern juggernaut royale kind of thing, where you're fighting over who gets to be the juggernaut and things like that. And I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's nice to mix it up a bit. I just, like we always talk about, the trailer was definitely a little misleading in what you were going to be doing. But it was still fun. I've had a lot of fun. I've been playing it. There's like different pieces you can collect around the map and stuff like that. I got to catch them all. I collected them all. So that was fun. But yeah, so that's Damned. Hey, Chad, with Damned. It's an old game, but still my favorite horror game. Yeah, I remember Damned. That was crazy. That was a crazy one. And Parasite Eve too. Yep. What else do we got? What else do we got to talk about? TV, sir. Shall we discuss some TV? So
yeah, we should.
What? I did some digging. I was thinking to myself, what's out right now that's kind of horror, right? What is out that people could watch? Because I started out with like, okay, what's the best horror shows of all time? And then I got to thinking, I'm like, well, if you start talking about certain shows that you can't really find them anymore, you can't really watch them unless you do a lot of digging on the internet. I said, okay, so what's some horror shows that are available now, either on TV now or on streaming you can find, and what's going on with them? So you got shows like American Horror Story, which you could find on Netflix and Hulu. That's honestly, I haven't watched since the 3rd season, but the first 2 seasons were pretty good. I enjoyed them. They brought a little something to TV that had been missing for quite a while. And I think it was on the FX network. And it was different. And I know a lot of, you've gotten a lot of big name actors now coming out of that show, like Sarah Paulson and Evan Peters and things like that. So it was a good show. But then you've got, let's see what else here. I pulled up a whole bunch. Black Summer, which is actually a spin-off of Z Nation. So on Sci-Fi, there was Z Nation, which was kind of more of a playful zombie apocalypse kind of a show, unlike The Walking Dead. And Spanky says she's no help because she's just binging Nashville and Criminal Minds. Thank you. Chad says, if I get an interview with the developer of Manor Lords, I'll tip the show $3. A whole $3? Guys, staff, if you're back there, take note, start reaching out. Manor Lords, I don't know what that is, but we need to get an interview with the developers of Manor Lords for the show. So Black Summer is basically a more, if Z Nation was kind of the tongue-in-cheek playful zombie apocalypse, the spin-off Black Summer is more of the darker kind of version of that show. Castlevania, an animated show based on the classic Castlevania games, is on Netflix. Looking for things. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which is a nice playful off of the Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's they're redoing all these like Riverdale and all these things that were old cartoons that are now getting like the edgy remake. So the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is now on its 3rd season, and I think that's the last season they're gonna do. I think that's available on Netflix. Yes, Heath, Stranger Things still going strong. After many seasons, that's still going strong. What else? You've got Dark Web on Amazon Prime, The Exorcist on Hulu. I mean, just a lot. Obviously, things like Ghost Adventures, right? All those ghost chasing shows. Those are all around. The Haunted on Netflix, The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix, The Haunting of Bly Manor on Netflix. Yeah.
Mike Larson. My favorite horror show was Mass Singer. Well, it's not. He's not that far off. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it again. The definitions. We talk about the definitions of these things. That could loosely be. I was watching Lovecraft Country on HBO, and now it's on HBO Max. That again, I think it's easy to say horror because of like, monsters and magic and things like that. Loosely horror, but great show. Really plays with a lot of the tropes of classic sci-fi and horror. They redid The Outer Limits. You have the originals out there, and then there's like the remake, Twilight Zone, obviously, X-Files. Do we count X-Files as a horror show? I mean, there were some monsters, there were some aliens.
It was more, it was mystery, suspense, I guess. I mean, God, it's more of a horror genre than some of those movies that were in the movie.
So X-Files, you can find them on Hulu. What else? Stand Against Evil is a great show. Love that show. John G. McKinley is a great actor. I just love him. That's on Hulu. Stranger Things, like we said, on Netflix. There's so much. There's the classic, Unsolved Mysteries, right? Who hasn't been terrified by some unsolved mysteries? Those things will really mess you up if you're not careful. But yeah, there's some great shows out there that you can find and you can stream. The Twilight Zone's on Hulu, the classic episodes. So yeah, hopefully you guys can. Black Mirror, Mike. Yeah, Black Mirror. That's a great point. Black Mirror is another one of those kind of trippy, screwy kind of shows. I see you, Kaz. I see you there, bud. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there, man. Catch up. Me and the wife watched the what was it? The murder. The husband kills the wife. It's like the neighbor next door or something like that. The guy. Yeah. It's a true story. Like, it's all real footage. So basically, this dude. Spoiler alert! It's at the end. The dude killed his wife and kids, and like it's a whole murder mystery. But you're following it kind of in real time. So from the first 911 call to when the police knock on the door, to when they start interviewing, to when they start doing all the stuff, and it follows every step of the process and how I'm innocent, and then how the story changes, and then obviously it all unravels, and it was obviously the guy. I mean, it was obviously the guy, but the whole time vehemently denying he had anything to do with it. Even had the balls to go up against the lie detector, and
he did.
Yeah, and he failed miserably.
Love it.
But yeah, so that's while not horror, I mean that's true life horror. And my wife even found a thing where they're like, if you play it in slow motion, like you can see one of the girls' ghost in the background playing with toys in her room or something like that. I was like, I watched it back. There's a shadow of something, but to say it's yeah, see, Spanky's on it, man. Chad, you're about to pony up them $3. Spanky took note and sent the rep for Manor Lords we're gonna reach out. So I'll have to study up and find out what that is, but we will do it. Thanks, Spanky. Appreciate you. But yeah, so that's that. What say now that we've kind of gone through the stuff, you wanna look at some costumes?
Yeah, let's do the costumes.
Let's do some costumes, man. I'm excited for this as well. So we're gonna share with you guys. We'll start out with let's do this. I know
there was a really good Batman one in
there. Maybe. Let's do this. Hold on. I'm going to. I want to make sure. Okay, there. Okay, yeah. We're gonna have to move you. Your head's all in the way. There it goes.
Yeah, move my fat head out of the way. It's fine.
Now here we go. And so first up, guys, let me make sure I got the right thing selected. Yes, I do. So there we go. Swap over. So first off, we have for you, the audience, some of the staff wanted to play along. So some of the staff sent in of WTF Nation Radio sent in their Halloween pictures. So let's take a look at some of the staff pictures. Maybe? Yes? Okay. Here, maybe Mr. Radar can tell us about this this first picture here, this alien abductee photo. Do you care to enlighten us?
Maybe. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's the one I sent in last night. That is my stepson. One of my many children. He was very, very, very excited about this costume that he got, and it's in our living room. And he's like, "I'm gonna go throw Mary 51." It was like running around the house. It was great. It was fucking fantastic.
So he's a stormer. He's a Area 51 stormer, and I
think he's actually getting carried by the alien. Yes. I don't know. It's a rather. I should have took a profile picture of it or like a sideways.
Yeah. No, I get it. He's being kidnapped by the alien. He's being taken. I like it. Very nice. Next up, we have our very own Mud Puppy sent this one in. It is his take on the classic Silent Bob, Jay and Silent Bob. What do you think? You're probably on a delay.
I love this picture. This is fantastic. This is God, it's good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
They nailed it. They really nailed it. I mean, you get to. I think Bob needs a little more scruff. He needs a little more beard to him. But outside of that, I think they did a phenomenal job on this Jay and Silent Bob.
No, I did good.
Oh, look who we've got here. Speaking of Spanky, I love this picture. This is a Bob's Burger homage, right? That is outstanding, and you'd win a prize if I had an extra prize to give. I love it. It's just spot on. So Spanky, well done.
It's really good.
It's both loving and cringing all at once. It's just so good. So good. What else we got? Oh, here's WTF Nation Radio's own mom up in there with the Plague Doctor and the 2020 horrible 1-star would not recommend shirt. It is awesome. I love the play on the Plague Doctor and the 2020 survivor, as it were, skeleton. Any comments for mom?
That's amazing. I love it.
The WTF Nation staff bringing it full force this year, by the way. Phenomenal.
Much better than I. She's put a lot more time and effort into. You're like, we gotta wear costumes, and I was like, I don't have time to buy a costume.
Working, man. All right, so continuing with mom, here she is again with the little nugget. Oh, the chicken. Oh, so cute.
Oh, Carl.
Adorable. COVID Carl in the house, clucking away. Adorbs. And one more from mom, because I believe it's a taco. I want to say it's a taco. Yes? Does that look like a taco? It's hard to tell from this angle.
Pretty sure about it. Maybe a plate of nachos. I don't know.
Yeah. It's some sort of Mexican dish. And so yes, mom, love the pictures. Thank you for sending them in. And back to Radar. Who's this lovely here?
That's Mrs. Radar,
and
she's probably going to kill me when she realizes I sent this into y'all.
Yeah, so
we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out in about 30 seconds if she comes running down these stairs or not. If she's listening to the show.
So, if am I to understand this picture? She's riding a cock. Is that
she is?
Okay,
she's a pro at it.
That's
with a smile on her face.
Rodeo gal.
She is.
There she goes. Fantastic, by the way. Fantastic. You guys. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh no. Great point. Kaz said if I had a green screen on, I'd be basically a floating head with a white shirt and tie. True enough. Purple tie. And I think that that takes us right back to you, boy. Great job, staff. Give some love to the WTF Nation radio family for putting in those lovely pictures. We've got here, I'm going to share just because my own neighborhood's pretty festive when it comes to the Halloween holiday. So I thought I'd share some local pictures from my neighborhood. Let me know what you think here. Go ahead, give me a rate. Rate this house. What do you 1 to 10? How's the horror scale?
Which house is it? I can't see right now.
Oh, you can't see? Oh, really?
Well, I have to wait for the. No, okay, there it goes.
There it goes. There's a slight delay.
That.
Yeah.
I like that. You know what would have been better though on the garage door, if they would have made it look like the Walking Dead door, like don't enter dead inside or whatever. Don't dead enter inside.
All right. So rating.
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Very nice. What do we got? This one. This is pretty cool. This guy built out of the entryway out of like the pallets. Those store pallets that you find. He built this.
Like what's on the wall behind me.
kind of like that. Yeah. He built a little ramshackle. I thought it was cute. I thought well done. Not bad.
That, yeah. I do like that. That's I'm gonna give that about a 7 as well. Are those okay? Is that like a fence in the front, or is that like gray?
No, it was a fence. Then he built the platform around it. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm on the right here of the picture. I know some people make it look like it's like a little graveyard or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this the next house?
Yeah, I switched to the.
I'm still the last one. I'll give a solid 7 too. It was pretty good.
Nice.
This one I really like with the smoke machines and stuff.
Lots of color.
Turning it up a notch.
Yeah, lots of color. You can see there's a giant spider on the right side of the windows. Lots of webs. I like it. I like it. Very lit up. Very nighttime. Very. I don't know why it gives me like the Nightmare on not Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare Before Christmas kind of vibes coming out of that one. Let's see what else we got.
Here's what I really like about this, and I'm going to throw this out there. And obviously, these people probably aren't listening and don't give a shit, my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
But on the left of their porch, you have that person sitting in that chair, right?
Mm-hmm.
That dummy, I'm assuming, or doll, or whatever it is. Now, on Halloween, you dress up identical. Right? You put those same fucking clothes on and you sit there. You've been driving by it for a week, and it's whatever. And then you reach out and grab little fucking kids. Oh, it scares the shit out of them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
We did that one year with a scarecrow. We had a scarecrow on a porch, and I had put on the scarecrow clothes and like the fucking pumpkin. I actually carved the pumpkin out, so I put my head in it. It was actually fucking cool. I scared the shit out of some people.
To have video of that. Here's another great one. Lots of they use the projector on the windows.
Don't like it.
The projector actually was live, like moving and doing animations and stuff. It was pretty cool. Not a fan.
I'm not a fan of the projectors, dude. I think it's kind of the lazy way out. Now, in their windows, are those like lit up backlit kind of things? Are those like projections as well, or are those actual things?
So the windows are an indoor projector doing like almost like not a Halloween movie, but like Halloween backdrops. So it's like skeletons dancing and things like that. So you have the cheaper projection on the outside, but they have like an actual movie projector playing these Halloween images on the windows of the curtains of the windows. It's actually really cool, and it has music and pretty cool stuff as well.
So I'm gonna give it a 5, just because like they are okay. The people that have put like a lot of they built that fucking pallet thing in the front of their house. All this other shit. This guy just like, I'm just gonna put some projectors up and call it good. I'm gonna throw some money at this problem.
Giant
Which is
skeleton.
honestly probably what the fuck I would do, because I don't have time for that shit. I'm gonna throw some money at it.
I hear you.
But it is kind of like a way out. I mean, not to be a dick, but I'm gonna be a dick about it.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about it.
What do we got here? Little crime scene, little cemetery in the front, lots of orange lights. You know, simple. You got some
again. Yeah. Again, the doll on the porch in the rocking chair.
Yeah.
The witch.
You gotta sell it. And then you got people on the outsides, right? Along the fence line. You got like the horror killer clown posse over there, hanging around. So that's nice. What else?
Now I'm gonna say, and then the centered window above on the second story. Love
Spooky
that.
Ghost, yeah.
That's a nice little touch.
Nice
that
little
you've got
touch.
so much going on there, and like the help in the window, the ghost in charge in the second floor. I like it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll give that one an 8.
Nice, very nice. Here's an okay. It's nothing bad. They did a good job. There's a very big spider web. It's hard to see on the right side. Very big spider web going to the top. Big spiders and some haunted flyings. And I like what they did with the jacked up fence look to the front. Yep. It's creative. Simple but creative.
Still some work put into it. They put some thought and work into it. I do like it.
Definitely less. It feels less store bought, if anything. It feels more like do it yourself. We did this.
Yep. And 2 things. One is quarantine. They got shit else to do but decorate their fucking yard anyway. But
sure.
I don't care for the spider webs because it makes me think of No Doubt and that album Tragic Kingdom. So I'm not a big fan.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. A few more. This is the Christmas version of a Halloween, in my opinion, where it's very lit up. I'm not a big fan of the inflatable animatronic ones. That's just you plug it in and it blows up with air and lights up.
Kind of the same mode as the projectors.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But they did some other stuff though too.
Yeah.
I mean,
they went heavy on the webbing.
Bushes and stuff.
Heavy on the. I don't want to be the guy cleaning that up. They went heavy on the webbing. Spider-Man blew his whole load on that porch.
That's whatever. What was it?
And then I think
did it say boobs and vagine on their?
Yes, something like that. It was spooky and boo. It was spooky and boo.
All right then.
Scariest part of this one here is the Buffalo Bills flag that they're hanging up. That's the scariest part they got here. But no, they did I like it. It's cute with the skeleton guy with his head, hands, and feet sticking out of the ground. I dig it. Get it? That's a pun. I dig it.
I like how they included their garage door in the theme as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I do like that. And the second story, they have kind of something going on all the second story here. The Bills flag is kind of scary as well. But yeah.
They got like a crucifix going off on the side here on the tree. They got like a dude strung up. It's an interesting choice, but they went with it. And I think, yeah. And then, the final one, you got like the people. I saw this and I thought to myself, it's like, these guys obviously had a barbecue, got COVID, and died. So see, like they're all just kind of walking their dog. You got the dudes just kind of doing a barbecue on the side. A bunch of skeletons just hanging out there doing their thing. So very cute.
It makes you wonder a little bit though too. Like if the world were to end right now, boom, flash, nuclear bomb goes off, we all die, kind of deal. Like we're gonna be stuck forever in the middle of the barbecue or walking their dog or whatever.
Yeah.
Question: are those skeleton little dogs too?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Pretty fucking fun, actually, I like it.
Yeah,
I do like that. Now it's probably
you can't tell. You can't tell, but the dude is being dragged by the dogs because they're chasing a cat up the tree. That's a